We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Yopokki, it is hot and spicy topokki. So it's Yopokki Topokki. Very, very clever. That's why I bought this, actually. I found the name kind of entertaining. I was looking around for more spicy ramens to do just to see what else was out there. There's quite an extensive playlist you can check out, the Spicy Noodles playlist. But, you know, I never can quite tell if it's complete. New stuff's coming out all the time. This one's giving it 3 peppers for the hot and spicy. The Yopokki Topokki. Nice. The hot and spicy here. And our ingredients. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of ingredients here. Let's see if we can find the heat source. Boy, this is this font is really, really hard to pick stuff out of. Wow. All right. Well, if it's like other Korean spicy noodles, we're gonna give up on that right now. But if this is like other spicy Korean noodles, it's probably going to be an extract. And we have this feels like liquid. Is this liquid or is this powder? Oh, this is powder. Wait, what? Really? Okay, we gotta have to look at the instructions now. I thought it was going to be a liquid. Well, Yopokki, you're just throwing me off here. Okay, so we got rice cake and seasoning. Fill the water. Yep. Okay, we have. Stir well and partially cover the cup. So am I supposed to put this back on it? I guess, maybe. So how long are we going? 2 minutes. 2 or 3 minutes. I don't know what wattage my microwave is. So I'm going to split the difference, call it 2.5. I mean, ideally, we just really need to warm this up. But it almost seems like it wants us to boil it. Maybe I'll do 3 minutes? I don't know. Let's throw the old topokki in here. We don't need that. We don't need to eat the desiccant. Guys, do not eat the desiccant packets. These are not food. These are desiccant packs that you should not eat. Don't do that. Okay, and our powders, a lot of, look at this. This is, so here is the noodle bag. Look how big the flavoring bag is comparatively. Wow, that's a lot of flavor. So much flavor. Flavor for days, 4 days. Very pretty. It almost looks like a cheese powder. All right, and there you go. All right, so there, tasty. All right, so I'm going to throw some water in this, and we're going to throw it in the microwave. At least 2, it smells like cheese. Did I get cheese? Anyway, we're going to throw it in there for 2.5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll poke some holes in the lid and throw this on. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but anyway, I'm going to do that, and then we will be right back. Okay, so I put it for 2.5 minutes, and as you can see, it overboiled pretty crazily. So at 2 minutes, I actually stopped it. I set it for 2:30, and I stopped it at 2 minutes just because it was going bonkers up and down. The fill line is actually kind of dumb. It's right. I don't know if you can see where the edge of my fork is. It's this little spot right here, but here's a stupid thing, right? When you put in all these noodles, and then you put in the powder, it completely obscures this fill line. Like you can't see it at all unless you dig around in the powder and the noodles with your fingers. So that's not great. That is not great. Hopefully, the flavor of this Yopokki Topokki will make up for the inconvenience of me having to clean up a messy microwave after I stopped it. So, all right, let's just give it a go. There's some punchiness. Wow, more than I expected. I'm not sure about the flavor. I don't think I love the flavor. Definitely is a lot hotter than I anticipated it was going to be, though. This is at least a good strong one. And we're going to go, I mean, obviously we'll eat the whole thing and see where we're at, but I could see this being a 2. Which is where it starts to get into, it's not quite to the Samyang Bulldog, the black label, which is kind of the main standard I use. But it definitely has a good amount of punch to it. So for instance, 3 out of 5 peppers would put it at a 6. Nowhere near a 6 for me. Like I said, good solid 1, but I don't know if it's going to be more than that. One of the things with tteokbokki, I like the chew, I like the noodles. One of the things I don't like, though, is because it's a rice noodle, it's a little slick. And sometimes the flavoring won't stick to it especially well, which is kind of what we're seeing here. Where I'm going with that is that I think it would probably be a little bit hotter if it was on ramen, because I think you get more of the flavoring. It's quite tasty, though. Seems to be kind of a bulldog and cheese, or maybe it's not sweet enough to be gochujang really. Although I'm sure some of that is in there. There is a little hint of sweetness to this as well. Yeah, I quite like it. I don't like how they did the packaging and how it cooks. That part I don't like. But you have to have water, obviously, because it's dry. The Wong, which I've had on here before, that one I think was better because all you were doing, so you're boiling some water, heat up and soften the noodles, and then you're pouring the liquid seasoning on top of it. Worked really good. This one, where you're using water to do this, to do both at the same time, actually, to rehydrate the sauce and then soften the noodles, not the best. You guys saw how much sauce there was. You can see it's this sort of soupy mixture here. Don't want to spill it. That's all that's left, is just a little bit of that at the bottom. It looks kind of almost tomato soupy. What am I doing? This is a messy cup. Okay. Well. Well. Yopokki Topokki. Flavor-wise, it is pretty good. It's solid. got a little bit of cheese, got a little bit of sweetness. You got the sort of Korean barbecue flavor to it, like that spicy chicken sort of samyang thing. It hasn't gone past a 1 though for me. I'll give it a good solid 1. Like I could still got some very nice residual mouth heat. It's like a sort of a warm, comforting flame, I guess, if you will. You know, sitting around a nice low flame sort of fireplace. You know, just a little smolder. Nothing too crazy. Flavor was good. Heat is, I mean, that's, you know, this is fine for heat. This is something that you could actually have for lunch and not have to worry about taking some pains to make sure that you can actually still continue. You know what I mean? Well, you have some really hot stuff, and if it's too hot and you try to have it for lunch, you've got to mediate the pain. Like you have to, or you will not be able to function. And this is not to that level, at least not for me. So I think this is a really good, I think, introduction actually to both tteokbokki and to that sort of flavoring system as well as the heat. The heat is actually, it's going to be a lot, I think, for normies. Like it's going to be something that they're not going to be expecting. But I think it's really accessible, so you can really get the gist of what that whole style is about. And it's really a bit unexpected for me because I thought it was just going to be kind of a novelty thing. But this is actually a pretty good product, so I will hand it to them. Definitely, this is well worth getting if you're not familiar with tteokbokki, for one. And if you're also not familiar with that whole sort of Korean spicy noodles craze. This is a really good entry point. If this is too hot for you, you can just forget about the rest. Most of them are going to be hotter than this. But flavor-wise, it gives you the notes. And if you do like it, then you can continue on. I think in terms of that, it's really accessible in that way. So just really be super, super cautious about where that fill line is, because I might have slightly overfilled it. It's hard to tell. Like I said, the fill line, you can't actually see it from the outside of the cup. It is very, very slight on the inside, and it is almost completely covered with product once you put that in there. And then, so what happens, right? You start adding water, and then you get this sort of orange reddish slurry that completely obscures whatever the noodles and dry powder hasn't already done. So the cup could be redesigned, I think, but that is the only real complaint I have, and it's kind of a minor one, unless you really object to having to clean up the microwave, because if you're not careful, that's exactly what you're going to do. So there it is, the Yopokki Hot and Spicy Topokki. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.